working or what? Why is it not working? It is working. There you go. There you go. We're live on That's Football. Welcome, everybody. How are we all doing? I'll stop all that now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football for Monday night. Liverpool against Crystal Palace. The first... Crystal Palace? That sounds wrong. Crystal Palace. Liverpool's first game of the season. And it's at Anfield, funnily enough. That's where they've been playing for a long time. So yes, you're all very, very welcome. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Let me just refresh this because it's it should work better. Let me go. There's the Premier League table. Okay. Hopefully we will get the team news up on the screen for you as well. Who's going to win the Golden Boot? Lovely stuff. And I'm waiting for the score any second to come there. It's playing up. It's playing up tonight. And I don't know why. We'll get it sorted. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Can you give me your opinion of what three players... Leo, I've just blocked you. Leo MU7. So, you know. Can you give me your opinion of what three players you can see United going for, even if they're average before the window shuts, says Paul Church. I'll try and come back to that. And end the league, please, says Raddy, who's an Arsenal fan in second. You'd take that, would you? You'd take that, would you? Love the channel from a Saints fan, says Luke. Yes, you're welcome, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just going to refresh it again and see if it will load up the score for me. Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Yes, that's what we have. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. So there you go, Man United top. It's mocking me already, look. I've only just started and they're putting Man United there next to me, bottom of the league. Why do you mock me? Why do you mock me? Because we're shite. That's where we deserve to be. Let's be honest. That's where we deserve to be. Manchester United, bottom of the league. But this is an interesting game. I really do think that Liverpool will win this. Stats will be coming up on the screen, which is great. Good to see. I think Liverpool will win this. I'm going to go 2-0. I'll give you a poll to vote on in a minute. And also, we've got a super chat coming in. Opinions of Neville and Carragher's red, amber, green tier list for Manchester United. They put Maguire in amber with Ronaldo, says Arjun. That's because Jamie Carragher and Phil and Gary Neville, and probably Phil as well, love Harry Maguire because he plays for England and they've probably got him on WhatsApp. The bias in the modern mainstream media is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Wayne Rooney came on and spoke positively about Maguire, and I think there's some link with the agency they work with as well. It's not corrupt. It's just scratching each other's back. And the England, you know, even Incy on the United stand, you couldn't get him to say anything bad about Maguire either, because it's just they're all. I don't know what it is. I suppose it's loyalty, isn't it? Which is not a bad thing. I've got nothing against that, but I'd rather be honest about what the actual situation is. I missed the United stand earlier. Here's a scary thought. Selling Garner to pay off Ten Hag when sacking him potentially, says Skin7. It was a good show earlier. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it in. Anyway, let's go. We're live here and I want to go through the team news. So I'm live. Join in the match chat. Let's get that going up there straight away. But I'm excited for this. I feel like I'm going to have a very similar season to last year where watching United is torturous. And I get my football enjoyment by watching other clubs. And I mean good football, you know. So, yeah, let's wait and see. Great work, Mark. Could the lack of effort by United's players be a backhanded effort to push the board for more signings? Says Alonso. I don't know about that. No, that's absolute bollocks, actually. You know when you read something and you're just pretending you've read it. I read it again. Absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Total and utter bollocks. Somebody just said, can you look at this? A New York-based investment fund is considering putting together an offer to take over Manchester United. Internal discussions regarding a potential offer have already taken place. Why would I be happy about this? Why would I be happy about that? A New York-based investment fund wants to buy Manchester United. I mean, we'd probably be better off with the Glazers. I think Man United fans are so desperate at the moment to get rid of the Glazers, they'll take anything. What about a New York-based investment fund makes you think that that's good for United? An investment fund, you know what an investment fund is? An investment fund is an investment fund, and it means they want to invest money to get money back. That's what the Glazers have done. Like, I don't want a fucking investment fund. I want somebody to buy the club and turn it into football again. Man City's owners aren't investment funds. Newcastle's owners are not investment funds. We don't need an investment fund. I think people just get excited about the Glazers selling and don't realise it could actually be worse. But no one will clip that and say that. But it's true. A New York investment fund is going to be better than the Glazers. Why? An investment fund wants to make money. They buy us for 500, if they buy us for 4 billion, they'll want that 4 billion back. How do they get the 4 billion back? Taking dividends and everything. So I know people say, well, you can't do that anymore, but there's ways of making money from a football club, and I don't like the idea of an investment fund. It could turn out to be okay, but I don't like the idea of it. Anyway, let's go through the team news. It should be coming up on the screen now. As you know, this season we've got our interactive scoreboard. We'll have the timer as well, but we've also got our interactive sheets here. Alisson, Trent, Phillips. Phillips playing's interesting, isn't it? Van Dijk, Robertson, Elliott, Fabinho, Milner, Diaz, Nunez, Salah. So the midfield is quite interesting as well. No Jordan Henderson, no Thiago because he's injured, and Phillips playing at centre-back. Is that a vulnerability for Palace to exploit with Guihi? I can't read that. I'm gonna have to go to a proper website. I can't read that. I can't read it. It's too small for me. That's what she never said. But no, I can't read that. So I'm going to go to the proper list I've got here. So on the bench for Liverpool, by the way, they've got Jordan Henderson, Naby Keita, Gomez, Smiskus. I'm surprised Gomez isn't starting ahead of Phillips. Don't know what people think about that. Henderson on the bench as well, Keita on the bench. But Gaeta, Klein, Ward, Anderson, Guehi, Mitchell, Eze, Decore, Schlupp, Zaha and Ayew. I'll tell you what, that front five for Palace has got a bit of pace about it. It has. So no Matip and no Konate. So Liverpool with a few injury problems here. I think that Phillips is exploitable. He's not the fastest player, and I think that Palace team on the break, if they can get on the break, I mean that's a big if. But there's a possibility here. There's a possibility here for Crystal Palace. I don't know what everyone else thinks in the chat, but I do think that there is potentially a possibility for Palace to get something today. In fact, let's run a poll. Results predictor. Liverpool win, draw, or Palace win. Get your votes in on the poll in the live chat. You're very welcome. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Talk about the must statement, Mark. Have they got a new one out? Or is it the same one from 2 days ago? Have a quick look. Well, they've not put anything out since... yeah, nothing about that. Jamie Carragher on United's plan playing out the back. The problem is the goalkeeper he's not good enough. The idea is fine. He's just not good enough to do it. Neither is the back four, though. I'm going to quote tweet that. Done my tweets. You can read it if you like. Anyway, we're about to start the game here. I'm excited. Lots going on tonight. Get the conversation going. This is what we do on here as well. I'm up for it. I hope you're up for it too. Let's get this party started. Let's get this conversation going. Let's get this game started. Hi, Mark. Missed the F1 race streams. Sebastian, you're not missing them. They're on a month off at the moment. I'm actually missing the F1. It's good. I am. Can I buy the United players in Manscaped to trim the giant balls they must have for being on huge wages and asking for better players? Says Stephen Rossi. Thank you very much. Well, let's hope we don't get any dodgy VAR decisions tonight. I think it's been a terrible, terrible weekend for referees, and I'm hoping that tonight we get something a little bit better. I thought it was Mike Dean then, but he's retired, hasn't he? There we go. We're up and running. And the timer's on the screen, which is great. There we go. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. Got nearly 10,000 watching. Please share the video, smash a like and subscribe, all that jazz. I need to change the subscriber number because I know that that's wrong. Can you wish my brother Dev happy birthday? He's a big fan, says Jadio. Happy birthday to Dev. Hope you're doing well. I thought Mike Dean had retired, but he was on VAR yesterday. You're very correct, Keenan. You're very, very correct. So we're up and running here. Now, good cross by Trent straight away, punched away by the keeper. It could be a goal. Oh, Milner blasts it over the bar. Keeper punched it away. Milner picked it up, drove into the box and volleyed it over the bar. It wasn't an easy take, but it was a driving run with his moustache. He looks like he's off Yellowstone, but he'll be riding on a horse in a minute. If you know, you know. But it was a great ball in by Trent and it caused problems. And I think if he'd been on his right foot, he'd have fancied that, Milner. But on his left foot, it was a bit of a difficult take. But what I was going to say is I fancy Liverpool to win this 2-0 tonight. But it's a test for Liverpool. They've dropped points to Fulham. They've got a few injury problems. They've got Phillips playing at centre-back. They've got Milner in the midfield with Fabinho and Harvey Elliott. It's not the strongest team. Keeper's gone down for Palace here. He's hurt his shin. Surely he's not going to go off. Let's close the poll. 72% of you going with the Liverpool win, 14% with the draw, and 14% with the Palace win. So thank you for everyone for getting involved in that. A couple of super chats as well. Who would you want the new owners, should they be, if they sell Satashi? If United were to sell, or Everton were to sell, or Arsenal were to sell, I mean, literally the same as what anybody else wants. I want somebody to manage my club, to own my club, who is 100% focused on the club being the best team in the world on the pitch. That's all I want. That's all any United fan wants, I think. We just want somebody to come in and love the club like we do and not be bothered about dividends or, carrying debt or anything like that. Just the 100% focus is every season is to try and win the Premier League. To try and win the Champions League if you're in it. That's all I want. That's what Real Madrid try and do. That's what Barcelona try and do. PSG, Man City. A Liverpool win is better for us, Mark. Otherwise we get destroyed on Monday, says Sulai. And favourite James Bond film, Mark, needs something to watch after this, says Jack Newton. I'm watching all the Predator films at the moment because I watched that film Prey. There's a break in the play at the moment because of an injury to the keeper. Yeah, Prey. I thought it was very good. I'd say out of all the Predator films, the best one's Predator and the second one is Prey, which is on Disney at the moment. But they've got all the other films and there's one I haven't watched called Predators, which actually isn't that bad. So yeah, quite liked that. Welcome. Thanks, Renate. But yeah, I mean, the last James Bond film was quite good. I like all the Daniel Craig ones. Casino Royale is probably my favourite. Brentford used you on their TikTok. Yes, they did. They turned me into Alvin from the Chipmunks. They put me high pitch. But yes, Liverpool could have a vulnerability tonight. That Palace side is decent, but they were just very off the pace against Arsenal. But they've got a lot of counter-attack pace, and I don't think Liverpool have a weakness. But with Phillips at centre back, they might be able to get in behind him. Top shout. Thought Prey was best since the first, says Jack Newton. I tell you what, it's another great film if you want to watch it as well. Really enjoyed it. Although it did give me bad dreams because it's quite claustrophobic. 13 Lives on Amazon. It's based on the kids in Thailand who got stuck in the cave with their coach, and really good film. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Colin Farrell, but he was very good, and I like Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. He's in that, so that's a very good film as well. 13 Lives. John says it goes Predator, Predator 2, Prey, Predators, the Predator. What, in order of... It doesn't go in... It doesn't do that in order of timeline, so I presume you're doing that in order of what you like best. I liked Prey. New Top Gun is very good, yeah. Some good stuff coming out at the moment as well. Dance of the Dragons, or Dance with the Dragons, or what is it? Day of the Dragons, or it's the new Game of Thrones, isn't it? Grey Man I won't watch because someone told me it was crap, and I trust their opinion. But Palace just getting a little bit of the ball here. 5 minutes gone. They will look and hit on the break. Van Dijk's going to have a good game today. I just done one. Glazers selling the club when it's totally dry. I like what happened with Newcastle. If that happens, we would be fighting for relegation rather than title in the coming years. Glazers out, says Druv. And terrible start to the season for Man United. Already put a speed bump in place high in the Premier League. If they carry in the way they're going, they'll get relegated. This is Angry Collins. Does anybody genuinely think Man United would get relegated, or is it actually... I always take it as just people getting really pissed off and saying it because it's like they don't really mean it. I absolutely do not think Manchester United could get relegated. I don't think Arsenal could. When they were doing badly a couple of years ago, people were saying, oh, they could get relegated. No chance. Liverpool had a couple of bad seasons a few years ago. People were on about them getting relegated. No chance. United won't get relegated. I mean, you've got to be absolutely shit to get relegated. And whilst Man United are absolutely shit, there's levels to how shit United are. They're still gonna get 40 points. And if you get 40 points, you stay up. So what I would admit at the moment is I don't know where the next win's coming from, but at some point they'll find a bit of form. They won't get relegated. They won't get relegated. If they got relegated, those players should never be allowed to play football again, because you don't get relegated when you're on 250 grand a week. I mean, what people don't realise is, and I'm absolutely stunned that no journalist has had the creativity to do this. What they should have done on Sunday morning, if I was a journalist, I would have done this. On Sunday morning, I would have done this as an article, and it would have gone viral. I would have wrote an article with the wage under each Man United player that started. And then I'd do it like that there, and I'd have their wage underneath every player. And then in the bottom right hand corner, I'd have the total wage of that team. And then what I'd do is I'd do the Brentford one and compare the wage. And then for effect, I would do the Man City team and their wage from the game against Bournemouth. And what you would see is United's total wages are massively more than Brentford, of course, but they'll be more than Man City's. This should be a goal. Oh, great block. Elliott did quite well, took it into the box, went for the bottom corner, and it was a really good block. They're in trouble here, Palace. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the cross, and over the bar by Nuno. Goes. Nunez, sorry. He'll be called Timo Nunez now. He will be called that now. But you know what will happen? He'll get another chance in a minute and he'll score it. How good a chance was it? Lovely cross by Trent again. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but he should have done better. I don't know why he didn't head it. Good chance that was. Good chance for Nunez. He's got to be scoring that. Liverpool looking rampant though. Even with the injuries they've got, they still look a well-oiled machine. They've got to win tonight, Liverpool. They have to win tonight. Drawing with Fulham. Man City have got 6 points. Got Man United coming next week. And I know even United fans expect them to win. But, what if they didn't? They've got to win tonight. So corner for Liverpool here. Good start to the game. Good tempo from Liverpool. I think Crystal Palace Haven't Crystal Palace got a great record against Man City at the Etihad? They do have quite an effective way of playing against the top sides. If they defend well, they've got pace on the break. Brentford starting 11, 45 million. United over 500, said Josiah. Liverpool have a surprising lack of bench at the moment, says Daniel Luciano. Yeah, we spoke about this against Fulham. So Jota's out injured, Thiago's out injured, Matip's out injured, Konate's out injured. Oxlade-Chamberlain's out injured. Who else? There's a couple of more as well. That's from Ben G. But what I would also say, I've said this about Liverpool anyway, and they always seem to do quite well. But I've said this about Klopp's Liverpool for years. For years, it felt like it was Mane, Firmino and Salah. And I used to say there's no way that they'll stay fit all season, and they do. So I think Liverpool always are a little bit thin as a squad. But they do tend to get away with it. I mean, obviously the one season they didn't was the season that United finished second, and it was the COVID year, wasn't it? But the Liverpool do tend to do quite well. They might have problems this year though, because last year they played every game possible, didn't they? They played in every final of every tournament they entered, and obviously they all their league games. So, but realistically, I do think that Liverpool should. I think Tielemans would be brilliant for Liverpool. 25 million quid. Another option in the midfield. I think Tielemans would be perfect for Liverpool. I don't know. I know they want Bellingham or Barella, who would cost a lot of money, but for this summer, surely Liverpool can afford 25 million. Rob says, Prey, the gun that had 1715 written on it was the same one given to Danny Glover at the end of Predator 2, says Rob. Yeah, so there's got to be a sequel, really, if you know. It's got to be a sequel to Prey because the girl's got the gun at the end. How do they get the gun back? No, I've been told weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago that Tielemans is going to Arsenal. So let's see if I was right. I'm going to be right about that. And what I was told is that Arsenal are purposely letting it run to the end of the window to get the best price possible. Leicester might call their bluff and let him stay for nothing, and leave for nothing. But City says that Bellingham will go to City next year. He might. He will be the player that Dortmund sell next year, but he could end up going to Barcelona. He could end up going to Real Madrid. Do you think people actually riot at Man United versus Liverpool, says Warzone? Well, no, I don't think anyone's going to riot. Every protest has been a peaceful one, so I don't think that's going to change. Alex says, you also said weeks and weeks ago that De Jong was buffed to United. Alex, is the transfer window closed yet? Oh, Alex, thanks for telling me that the transfer window's closed. Didn't realise it had closed. But Palace doing well here to keep it 0-0 at the moment. How many more signings do you think United will get, says Marcus? And Portsmouth versus Cambridge prediction, Mark, says Leo. 1-1. I don't know anything about either of them. Somebody asked me right at the start, what 3 players do I think United will sign realistically between now and the end of the season? I don't know whether United will sign 3, to be honest. It might be 2. But if it's going to be 3, Rabiot... Honestly, Rabiot, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That they're linked to so many players. I mean, we've been linked to bloody Morata, Icardi, Vardy. It's so difficult. I'd like to see... have I seen Bullet Train? No, it's in the cinema, isn't it? So I've not been to the cinema since Top Gun. I would like to see Anthony, De Jong at United, but... I'd be very surprised if they do get those 2 now. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. I'll check what we're doing at the moment. 15 minutes gone here. The time is right, isn't it? Yes. The time is right. Time is right. Has anybody watched my I was on the Ben Foster show again today. Has anybody seen it? Quiz Bridge. Redemption Bridge. Last week I got 2. This week I got 7. If you saw it and you know, you know. It was redemption for Goldbridge, which I was very happy about. Right, I'm going to change that. I'm going to save it. Over it to live. Publish. Ta-da! It worked. 732,000 we're on. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with That's Football. You're all very welcome. We've done 3 watch-alongs over the weekend. I've enjoyed all of them. Chelsea Spurs was much better than Everton Villa. Where will this one rank? But get involved. You're all welcome on That's Football. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Our next watch-alongs, I know we're definitely doing Tottenham at home to Wolves on Saturday lunchtime at 12:30. I'll then probably do the 3 o'clocks because I think there's a few 3 o'clocks. And then on Sunday I'm going to do Man City Newcastle. So, this should be a goal. Great block on Robertson. They're still in the box. Diaz deflects. Keeper gets hold of it. It was scrapping about there. There was talks about handballs and all sorts. I don't think there was going to be a handball. I'm sure it did hit a Palace player's hand, but it was more ball to hand. But it was bouncing about in there. And again, Crystal Palace putting bodies on the line, getting blocks in, not giving Liverpool a clean shot. Robertson gets blocked there. Diaz, they're battling with Diaz. Again, another block goes in on Diaz. They're working hard, Palace here, and they're having to work hard. And they've got a bit of a break here now. Zaha, no, wrong ball. It wasn't Zaha. It was... Zaha's playing up front. They're looking for that ball in behind with Zaha. Sean Finity says, so we're going to sell Garner and spend millions on a known troublemaker, pay him 200k a week and keep McFred. Jesus wept. Yeah, that's the plan, Sean. Do you think De Jong's story was lost in translation? Do you think it's over? No, I don't, Daniel. I don't think it's over at all. I think it's just the same it's always been. LUHG says, which source said Arnold needs advice from Woodward? Yeah, nobody confirms that, but I definitely read it. They're in! Oh, it's a great chance and it's a good save. And he was offside anyway. That's what Palace want to do. They want to get in behind. They want to... They want to get in behind. He was offside. The ball went through 1-on-1 and Alisson did his job. But it could have been 1-0 to Palace there if he'd have been onside and finished. So he got both things wrong. It was Eze who ran through. Zaha's playing through the middle then. Ayew's gone to the right. Eze's playing off the left. And then you've got Schlupp and Decore in the middle. Of course, Decore's a new signing for them. But they've got that pace on the break. Great video with Ben Foster today, says Mason. Yeah, it's the first time I've done anything with Tubes. I know loads of stuff that he's done, but I've never met him before. I've never done any stuff with him. What a nice guy. Now Liverpool coming forward. Diaz, good tackle. That'll be a goal kick, I think, as well. So 20 minutes gone. I went 2-0 to Liverpool. I've actually got Mo Salah as my captain. He's not in the bloody game at all at the moment, which is not a bad thing because I don't want Liverpool to win. As a Man United fan, of course I don't. But although there was an interesting comment from somebody before who said, really, we want them to win this game because then we'll have a better chance at Old Trafford. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, if Liverpool didn't win this, they'd only have 2 points. I think they'd come to Old Trafford having to win it. It'd be a pressure game for them. And also, if you've not beaten Fulham and you've not beaten Palace, you're not exactly in the best form yourself. It's, I'd rather Liverpool lost today or drew than they beat Palace 4-0. Don't want them in their rhythm coming to Old Trafford. At least if there's a bit of vulnerability there, you know, you never know. You never know. There might be an opportunity there, lad. Might be an opportunity. We might be able to take it. Stand by me. Nobody knows the way it's gonna be. If you're leaving, will you take me with you? I'm tired of talking on my phone. Liverpool just moving the ball around again. Long way to go for Palace, but so far you'd be pretty happy. Here's Salah. Good cross. And they'll clear it. Oh no, they won't. Nunez picks it up. Back with Salah. Trent with the cross. This will be it. Oh, cleared away by Palace again. Again, getting those bodies in. Look at the stats on the screen there. 74% possession for Liverpool. 6 shots to Palace's none. And they've had 3 times the amount of passes. I'm loving this. I'm loving this year. Interactive stats. They're updating by the second. Interactive team sheets as well. Here's Salah. Lays it back to Trent. Blocked again. Keeper gets rid. No, he doesn't. Robertson into Harvey Elliott. And now Palace come away with it. No, they don't. It's one back. Yeah, interactive teams as well. If there's any yellow cards, they'll get it on the right shoulder. If there's any goals, they'll get it on the left shoulder, a ball. If there's any substitutions, there'll be an arrow underneath them, so you'll know they've come on. So interactive stats and team and the league table going round for you on a carousel on the left. New for this season. We're going to have it for the World Cup as well, which is going to be a real help on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. Trent's going to whip across in again. Salah! Oh, I thought he'd scored. He connected well. He put it wide. Can Robertson get a shout? New United fan. Says Desert. Let's have a look. 22 minutes gone. Mark, we need owners like Leicester. Blanche, welcome to the Members Club. Yeah, I think Liverpool will win this game because they're just creating so many chances. But at the moment, you've got to give Palace a bit of credit here. I'm not wearing pink pants. They're salmon shorts. Look. Bit of leg. "5'8" max, 6 foot dead on, Essex boy. Come on, let's start the height thing. I love it. I live with myself. I know how big I am. Hi, can we get your thoughts on the new United Stadium, please, Mark? I think you will like it, says Nathan Allen. I haven't seen the new United Stadium. Milner. I think Liverpool have played well, by the way. Oh, Van Dijk's just hit one from a long way out. I think Liverpool have played well, but they've not played with their normal... A sense of vulnerability to Liverpool. I don't know what it is. Is it adapting to life without Mane? Is it the couple of injuries they've got? Desert, I'm not reading that name because it looks like a name that I say it and it means something else. So, welcome to Robertson. I'm not saying the first name. Dem Robertson. There you go. Thoughts on Awar, very cheap, would be good. Apparently he's going to Forest, isn't he? And that was from Am. I mean, I don't know how many players Forest had bought. I saw they were being linked to Morpay today. I'll never forget that. And Morpay's won it at the end. That was when Arsenal was shit. Here's Salah again. Crosses it to Milner. And the keeper's got that. 25 minutes gone. I think any team's going to miss Mane. Sleep tight. Hi, Mark. Today's my birthday. Can you wish me a happy birthday? Happy birthday. Milner looks great with a beard, says Basil. I've seen that tweet by MUFC MPB. I don't rate the source. Kaladzic. I don't necessarily rate Kaladzic either, so not going to get too excited until we get some real news about that. But thanks for the update. I cried Saturday night, Mark. Did you? Says Zach. Nope. Finn, you've been blocked. And you can go as well. Do you think Spurs should be double fined after yesterday's incidents, considering they've repeatedly started fights to gain good results, as Matthew Firth? I think it's absolutely disgusting that the FA or the Premier League are considering misconduct charges against Conte and Tuchel. I mean, this is the world we live in now, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. They didn't even do anything. They shook hands and held hands for a little bit longer, and they went up to each other chest to chest and had a bit of a staring match. Like, what is wrong with that? So basically what the Premier League is saying, we don't want any passion or energy from the managers at all. It's just ridiculous. Alisson boots it away. Opinions on Ronaldo eating lunch on his own, says Marcel. Oh, I'm not talking about it because it's complete nonsense. Yeah, I'm with Savage. I loved it. I loved what Tuchel and Conte did. Have you seen MUFC's post, Mar? Don't know what to make of it. The page used to be decent. It's gone a bit odd lately, says Joshua. Yeah, I think... Look, I'm actually in a group with him. He's a good, and many people have said that it's really difficult to get excited about a story when he basically aggregates, which is absolutely fine. But the trouble with if you aggregate to a certain level, you throw everything in, and then you don't know whether it's true or not. Some people only aggregate at a high level, so when they say something, you think, well, it's probably true. But where do you draw the line? I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. It's just a report, isn't it? But I don't find the Kaladzic signing very exciting, and I don't find the story that interesting. But I don't think Kaladzic is a very exciting signing. I mean, Sesko was, and it didn't happen. Kaladzic is, 25, 1 year left on his contract. Good chance for Liverpool there. Salah again. I tell you, he's my bloody captain as well. He could have had 2 goals. I don't want him to, but if Liverpool do score, at least it is Salah. Ever thought about growing your beard out, says Ali? Nah, not really. I like a bit of stubble, that's it. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. 17,000 of you watching. You're very, very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Still 0-0 here after half an hour. It's been a good half, hasn't it? It's flown by. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Salah's had a couple of chances in the last few minutes. Liverpool, whose job was bigger, Klopp's in 2015 or Ten Hag's, says Jay. I would argue that Klopp's was bigger because Liverpool hadn't won the title in the Premier League era, and I didn't think I'd see Liverpool win the title in my life. So I think, you know, recency, well, people will say, well, Ten Hag's job's harder, but for me, 100%, Klopp's job was harder. Would you manage YouTube All-Stars in the upcoming games? Is Come On You Spurs. Mate, I'm not involved, am I? I've not had an invite. I've not got involved. I've not been asked. I'm gutted, but such is life. And Mark, if you didn't support Man United, which team would you support? It's like saying, if you weren't a man, would you like to be a woman? Like, I'm a man. I'm a Man United fan. I don't want to think about supporting any other club. Mourinho against Simeone, the fine would be insane, says Ian. Thanks, Cos. So we'll have a look at the stats carousel when they come round again, but I would imagine Liverpool are way over 75% still. No, Mark, how do you think Arsenal will get on this season? Loving the content again. Keep it up, says Josh. I was talking about Arsenal on the Ben Foster show today with Tubes as well, and I'll repeat what I said there if you didn't see it. I think Arsenal have got a great chance of getting top 4, but I don't think they can win the league, and I don't think they can win the league because what happens when Jesus gets injured or out of form, or Saka? It's like, I don't really think they've got enough depth to fight with Man City yet. But a lovely play here by Eze. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's got to be offside, Zaha. He's got to be offside. It's a one-on-one. He finishes it well, but he'll be offside. He'll surely be offside. They're saying it's a goal. I think he's offside. Klopp thinks it's offside. There's a lovely tackle in the midfield, and if it's a goal, it's a goal. I'm hoping it is, but let's have a look. I'm sure he's going to be off. He looked off to me. He's on. He's bloody on. He's onside. It's 1-0 to Palace. He's on. That's the Liverpool high line. If you know, you know. If you watch my FIFA career mode, this is what they do. And Phillips, that doesn't happen with Matip. That doesn't happen with Matip. And what a finish by Zaha as well. Smooth as you like. And this has gone perfect for Palace here. Hardly any possession. Throwing their bodies on the line. And then waiting for the chance on the break. And Zaha, it's worked perfectly for Vieira here. Absolutely fantastic goal. Brilliant by Zaha. Timed his run to perfection. So good. That they're brilliant, they are, when you think they're offside and then you watch it back and they're not. Because the timing of the run and the timing of the pass is absolutely perfection. Lovely goal by Zaha. And I tell you what, he's put a cat amongst the pigeons there. They're having a drinks break. So am I. Look at that though. 75% possession for Liverpool. They've had 11 shots. Palace have had 1 and they've scored it. Don't be thinking about VAR, people. There is no VAR. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. Onside, and what a finish by Zaha. But I've got to say it again. I thought Anderson was brilliant for Palace against Arsenal last week on the opener. And I think he's been brilliant again. But I think Palace's defence has been superb. They've really... There he is, Zaha, with the goal on his shoulder, look. But they've really, really, really defended how you need to defend when you come to Anfield. Throwing their body on the line. Getting blocks in. Well organised. There's a long way to go in this game. But Palace will feel... They've got a shout now. Brilliant counter-attack, says Kalanga. Exactly. Exactly. And I did say when I saw the Liverpool team, although I predicted 2-0, I did see a vulnerability. The midfield is not as strong with Elliott, Fabinho and Milner. And that defence is not as strong with Phillips and Van Dijk. No Matip, no Konate, no Joe Gomez. Phillips, it's like Maguire. You know what? The best analysis I can say is that playing that Phillips at centre-back, it's like playing Harry Maguire in a high line. I'm going to tweet that. I'll probably get loads of retweets. Hi Mark, Tuchel versus Conte yesterday. Spurs did well yesterday. Where do you think Spurs will finish, says LJS Gamer. I think Spurs need to get a bit of fluidity going. Chelsea should have won that game yesterday, but it was a great point for Liverpool. Not for Liverpool, for Spurs. And, you know, we're going to watch them on the watch-along on Saturday lunchtime. But I think Spurs were a bit lucky yesterday. And what they need to do is they need to take that point and go, that's going to be what we're going to be like this season. We're going to start picking up points where we wouldn't have done last year. Here's Trent. Went for the shot. Still got it. Goes for another shot, another block. And hi Mark, how do you think that this? How do you think all that is happening in Man United impacts supporter numbers? People in general are attracted by drama and controversy. Thanks for the answer, says Voiter. But I don't think Man United are losing supporters. Lots of people loved the handbags between Conte and Tuchel. Gives the match more meaning when the passion and the emotions are shown by the players and managers. It brings a layer of extra meaning. I loved it, says Jack Hammer. Awesome. I agree with you, Jack. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And Sahar's got it again here. And he's got a pass on if he sees it. No, he's ignored it. They're still coming forward, though. What a stupid shot that was. Go closer to the goal. Did you see Sky's review of United players signed since 2013? Maguire in amber, for example, over players like Mata in red, Bruno in green. Stupid, Stephen. Absolutely stupid. But it's all opinion, isn't it? I think somebody told me earlier that Gary Neville said that Conte, again, is not a Man United manager. I mean, I know it's all about opinion, but it's a dangerous opinion, isn't it? Because what more can Conte do? He wanted the United job. Neville and co said, he's not a United manager. He goes to Spurs, who were crap. He takes them to top four. He buys 5 or 6 players that would walk into what we need at the moment. And they're way better than United, but he's not a United manager. And his style of football is better than anything we've seen in the last 6 years. So he's also passionate and obsessed by winning. But he's not a United manager. He just obviously just doesn't like Conte, does he? I always like Zaha, not sure why we ditched him, says Georgie. Yeah, Zaha at Man United was weird because he's only got 1 year left on his contract, and to be honest with you, he wouldn't be a bad shout as a United option, being as we're so desperate. Oh my God, you know that I'm getting some breaking news here. We're getting some breaking news here. So apparently this story that has come out, I need to get a bit more clarity here. So apparently this Kaladzic story is a scam. He's been scammed, I think. Yeah, because the tweet's been deleted. Just getting it confirmed. Yeah, looks like it. That Kaladzic story isn't true. I didn't feel it didn't look like it was true, to be fair, did it? But yeah, it's silly season. This happens every summer as well. Someone sets up account. tell you what, Palace are causing problems here, aren't they? On the break, they are causing problems. This could be 1-0 at half-time to Palace. Zaha was in again. He's causing Phillips all sorts of problems. This is the thing, though. Football's quite a simple game to analyse. And when we saw Phillips was playing at centre-back, you just knew that that was a vulnerability in this Liverpool time. And Zaha was in again. It was a good save by Alisson that time. So it's a corner for Palace here. Lots of control, but flat from Liverpool. Arsenal fan who doubted Vieira as a coach, but he always scouts the opposition and implements the tactic well, says Ben White. Hi Mark, what's the crack? Do you think the Glazers will ever leave? If so, when do you think? 1 or 2 years or more, says Shea. I can't answer that, Shea. I wish I could. I hope they will, but I don't know. I tell you what, Ben, when Vieira saw that Phillips was playing at centre-back for Palace, it makes his job a lot easier. Because if Matip or Konate are fit, that goal doesn't happen. So it is a vulnerability that's been exploited very, very well. So Man United aren't signing Kaladzic. It's just a bit of a drama on Twitter. And somebody else asked me to check something else. We're approaching half-time here. Liverpool, I mean, amazingly, Liverpool are losing 1-0 at Anfield. It's not, I mean, it does happen sometimes, but Palace are growing more into the game. That's the problem for Liverpool here. It's a lovely ball in. Keeper Phillips does well there to head it back to Alisson. Good header straight at the keeper, and it goes for a corner for Liverpool. Corner to Liverpool. Headed away. Minute to go to half time. Plenty of time left. I mean, I've seen Liverpool 1-0 down with 20 minutes to go and still win 3-1. Do you think Man United will do well next Monday and only concede 5, says Homer? Best centre-back pairing in the league, says Jack. Good question, Jack. I do think Van Dijk and Matip are very good, but this is not Van Dijk and Matip, is it? I know this might still leave you a little short, but hope this helps go towards your takeover bid for United, says Toby. Thanks, Toby. Mate, if I had the money, I'd buy it. I'll never have the money. I know a few people who are quite wealthy who spoke to one a few days ago, and yeah, it's yeah. I think if people had the money, they would do it, but it's not easy to get hold of that sort of money. You're talking billions and billions of pounds, aren't you? But they've had the chances, Liverpool. Lots of blocks from Palace. And Salah's had a couple of chances. Nunez had a chance on the back post. I'm sure that'll be the one that gets remembered. But in fairness, Salah's had a couple of chances as well. So it's not just on Nunez today. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just charging my phone. 3 minutes added on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very welcome. Liverpool losing 1-0 to Palace here. I can't believe that United fan earlier was like, we need Liverpool to win this so that they come to United overconfident. Imagine if Liverpool lose this. They'd have 1 point from their first 2 games going to Old Trafford. They'd be, I think they'd be vulnerable if we were half decent. But no, I'd love Liverpool to lose. I think they'd be under massive pressure at Old Trafford with 1 point from 6. It's been a weird start to the season. The only team that's been pretty predictable is Man City. You could say Arsenal have been predictable. I think a lot of people predicted Arsenal were going to have a good start to the season. But, you know, traditional predictable. Do you think Zaha would be a good signing for Chelsea? Feel like he'd fit our system well? Yes. Also, thoughts on Gordon to Chelsea? Michael Kennedy. I don't know what Chelsea fans think about Gordon. I was talking about it on the Transfer Hub on TalkSport last night. Clearly they want to bring in another wide player, but I don't think he's the finished article at Everton yet. So going to Chelsea just seems a bit premature. I'd go for Zaha, to be honest. I think it's another corner here. I thought it was 1-1. Why did this not go in? Well, he mishit it and it hit the post. Nunez. Again. He was a bit unlucky with that one. I think he's about to connect with it and there's a sliding tackle from Decore that puts him off and he ends up sort of scooping it towards the post. And it remains 1-0 at half time. It is 1-0 at half time. Nunez has missed a couple. Salah has missed a couple. Zaha has taken his chance and it's 1-0 to Palace at half time. Are Palace about to produce a shock at Anfield? Let me just put a tweet out. Well, we picked another good game here. I'm very happy with that. I mean, Palace, without doubt, are the underdogs here. But I said this before about Palace. They have this. Good record at the Etihad. I think they've won at the Etihad quite a few times over the last 10 years. Probably only 2. But they have got this ability to go and, defend for their lives and then counter quickly. And they've done it perfectly in that second half. So very, very, very good half from Crystal Palace there. And they should be very, very pleased with themselves, especially that they've held out till half time. And I say held out, I think after the goal, they actually became a little bit more progressive in their play. So let's see if they can do that in the second half. Liverpool, I mean, they've not got a lot on their bench, really. They don't have a lot of attacking options on the bench. But let's just have a look at the half-time stats. If I pause it... Oh, shit, what have I done? I need it to... We'll watch it go around again, shall we? Top. Take. Pause. There we go. That's where I want to be. So, looking at half-time, 75% possession for Liverpool. 17 shots to 4. 3 shots on target each. They've had 392 passes to 127. That is almost 3 times. In fact, it is 3 times the passes. 86% passing accuracy to 61. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised if I told you the score was 3-0 to Liverpool. And it's actually 1-0 to Palace. So, again, very similar to the Fulham game, where a team is quite happy for Liverpool to have the ball and then looking to counter quickly. So, perfect game from Palace so far. They've not conceded and they've got a goal on the break. Liverpool, again, second week in a row, not being as clinical in the final third as they need to. Can't wait to watch Michael United on the Unstad tomorrow, says Chris Lockett. Thank you. And sad to see FA charging Tuchel and Conte. Football is about having that fight, that energy. It's an overreaction by the FA, says MI. And score prediction for Bournemouth Arsenal on Saturday. Yeah, I fancy you to win that one comfortably again. Could be Virgil van Dijk's first loss at Anfield in the Premier League in a Liverpool shirt. Long way to go, Jack. I think that I think Palace would love a point here. Remember, Palace got beaten on the open day by Arsenal, so Palace would love a point here today. And there's a long way to go. I'd still fancy Liverpool to win this, but if you're Palace, keep defending hard, keep getting your bodies in the way. And if you're Zaha, keep finding those pockets of space and making those runs. And you never know, there might be another goal in this, because I think the next goal's key. You'd fancy Liverpool to score it, but who knows? Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're all very welcome on the channel, as ever. And give us your thoughts in the chat. It's been a very interesting Premier League weekend, though, hasn't it? I did want to just digress there, being as this is the Monday night game. Of course, next Monday night, this time next week, it'll be half-time at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Liverpool. What a big game that could be. Manchester United with 0 points. Liverpool at the moment would have 1 point from 6 with a long time to go. But it's been a really interesting opening weekend, hasn't it? And Liverpool could be the exception here, because all the home teams this weekend have been unbeaten. Some have been draws, as we know. Wolves drew and Southampton drew. Chelsea drew. But all home teams have been unbeaten so far. Can Crystal Palace break that record? But I think I predicted that before when I was doing the first game, Everton-Villa. I said, remember, this is everybody's first home game of the season. Although it's not opening weekend, that was last week. But Brentford's first home game of the season, Wolves, Southampton, Forest, Liverpool. It's the first game of the season and it has that sort of vibe. But I think it's been a really good Premier League so far. Nice to see Bournemouth and Fulham and Forest picking up points. I mean, Fulham are unbeaten. They've only got 2. Bournemouth and Forest have lost 1, won 1. And I'll tell you what I'm really excited about this Premier League season. No international break after 4 games. I think it's so ingrained in us that you play 4 games and then you have an international break and everyone goes, I've got to wait 2 weeks now. And then they come back for 4 games. We've got another one. No international break till the end of September. So we're getting a good chunk of this season done. And if you're in a bad vein of form, that's a bad thing. If you're in a good vein of form, it's a good thing. I mean, you remember Arsenal last year. I think the international break last year was after 3 games, because I'm pretty sure Arsenal had no points going into the international break. And then they had a bit of time to regroup, and then they came out and won the next 3, I think. So if you have a bad start to the season, there's no international break to reset. Go off to your international teams, have a break, come back with a new mindset. The Premier League just really rocks on. You've got this weekend coming, then the next weekend, then there's midweek and weekend. So yeah, if you're in bad form, there's no break for you to reset. So I think it's going to be really interesting where everybody is. And then you get the international break at the end of September. Then they come back for about 4 or 5 more games, and then it's the World Cup. So, and then you're not playing again until Boxing Day. So it's a very unique Premier League season. And yeah, if you've had a bad start, you need to find your way out of it yourself. Liverpool are missing Mane, Majek. Liverpool 1 point from 2. Mark Friedman says, Mark, if we beat Liverpool on Sunday, we're ahead of them in the league. End of crisis. It's on Monday, Mark, but Liverpool haven't lost yet either. The Atletico guy, Kuna to United, Mark. TalkSport reporting. Have you heard, says Gemma. No, I haven't, Gemma. I've not heard anything about that at all. And Nazir says, have you seen Mbappe's antics this weekend? PSG should punish him by loaning him to Manchester United. No, I haven't, Nazir. And Mark, your thoughts on reports that Ronaldo usually eats lunch alone and that United players were in ruins after the ruining exercise after the Brentford. Mate, I just don't care anymore. I mean, for me, I tweeted it earlier. I'm quite frustrated that it's all about Ronaldo, and it's not Ronaldo driving this, by the way. This is leaks and all sorts. But the club is a mess from top to bottom, and everyone's talking about Ronaldo. And I'm like, that's what does that do for us? Because it just ends up everyone's talking about Ronaldo again. We should be talking about the club. We should be talking about the mess the club is in, and it just gets forgotten. We've lost our first two games of the season against Brentford and Brighton, and everyone's just talking about whether Ronaldo's going to leave again. It's a farce. Sick of reading United shortlist by someone, says MP, and United signing a bunch of nobodies. Kuna, let me have a look at this Kuna then, because I don't know whether this is just chat talk or actually true. So, 23 years of age, plays as a forward for Atletico Madrid, is a target for Manchester United according to sources in Spain. He is on their shortlist for the forward they're looking for this summer. 4 years left on his contract, but would be keen to join Manchester United. The fee is around 50 million euros. Manchester United are close to signing Kuna. Let me just do a little bit more on that, because yeah, well, it's interesting. Be interested to see what happens with that. Man United are close to signing Kuna, according to TalkSport sources. I've got no idea. I've got no idea at all. My honest thoughts on Kuna is, if you told me to go and buy a striker for Manchester United, he just wouldn't come in under consideration. That doesn't mean he's a bad player, but it just wouldn't come under consideration for me. I don't know. What do you think in the chat? Plays for Atletico Madrid, 23. I've not seen loads of him. I know who he is, but it just wouldn't. It just wouldn't be an exciting one for me. Let me see if I can find something out. I presume it'd be 50 million euros. He's decent on FIFA. Well, that's all we need to know. Thank you very much, Gaz. Apparently he's decent on FIFA. Lucas saying, people saying he's good, he's not. Mark, are you worried about the Martinez signing? Not at the moment, Mark. I think it's too early. Will it involve Ronaldo going the other way? Well, that's the point then. That's a good point. It's worth winding people up on Twitter. Well, I've just put it perfectly there on Twitter, and it's perfectly because it's my words. But I basically just said, Kuna to United, Ronaldo the other way. But quite honestly, if I had to come up with a list of 30 forwards that were viable forwards, you know, not ridiculous ones like Mbappe, I would never have shortlisted Kuna of Atletico Madrid. I just wouldn't. HKN Music, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, who is Kuna? Brazilian forward, plays for Atletico Madrid. You'll know who he is if you go and look at him. Gakpo is much better in my opinion, and there'll be no Gakpo then. What would have been your 10 out of 10 transfer window for United? Says King Designer. A lot of people are getting a lot of people getting confused here. I mean, look, it's hard because we're on a half time here, but my understanding is that it's Mateus Cunha who is a target for Manchester United. He's a 23-year-old Atletico Madrid player. Some people I think are getting confused with different players, but this is the Atletico Madrid player. He's been at Atletico Madrid since 2021. He has got 7 caps for Brazil. 6 goals in 29 games. Let's have a look what I can find out just before the second half kicks off here. He's still got loads of time on his contract, 2026. But it's coming in from TalkSport and it's coming in from Julian Lorenz as well. So it's coming in from 2 sources at the moment. I'm just trying to see. The most important thing for me is, I could be talking out my arse here, but I've not seen loads of him, but my feeling is he's not a goal scorer. He'd be more of he's right-footed. I see. I mean, I don't know. He's a bit of a. Game's about to start anyway, so we can carry on the conversation. We're off second half. Bit of a wide forward, but then I think some people would say, no, he's not a wide forward, but he's not prolific. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not prolific. He can play centre attacking midfield as well. We don't need another one of them. Do you think this is the Anthony money or the De Jong money? Says Hazib. Oh, God knows, mate. It's just desperate. Again, Brazilians don't work at United, says Sarab. I remember Cunha scoring that wonder goal for Leipzig, and that's about it, says Jameson Gray. Honestly, never heard of Cunha. Checked him out on FBref, and he's similar to Tammy Abraham and Lautaro Martinez. Jay. I'd take either of those, I think. United 3 years behind Arsenal in the rebuilding process. This is what you need. Only thing is we have a sporting director who knows what they're doing, says Michael Angus. Well, look, we're back on the game here. Can Liverpool get back into it? 1-0 down, attacking the Kop as they always do in the second half. And they've still got that vulnerability. They've still got Phillips playing a high line. And, you know, Palace, yes, they're going to have to do a lot of defending, but they've still got that out ball. You know, sometimes you smash and grab and you know you're probably not going to score again. But with Palace, they know if they get the perfect counter-attack, they can hurt them again. Zaha scored the goal, Conlon. Rashford licking his lips at Liverpool's high line, says Majik. I think Rashford would be licking it. No comment. People blaming Ronaldo for United's problems is like blaming water for being wet, says MI. And hi Mark, enjoyed your video with Ben Foster today. Any chance of a watch along with him? He mentioned it in the comments. Any chance? Says Joe. I'm sure we can do. Yeah, sure we can do. I mean, I do, as you know, I do most of my watch alongs alone, but I'm more than happy to do one. Yeah. One thing I hate about Arsenal signing Jesus and Zinchenko is that they played positive and proactive football at City, which is what Arteta wants, says Hazib. And we're trying to replace 18-goal Ronaldo with 7-goal Kuna. I feel like this is coming out of Frenkie de Jong's deal, says Arjun. Mate, I'll reserve judgment till it happens, but the chances are that things are going to get worse at Manchester United. Ryan says, why aren't you drinking that drink? I don't know what you're on about. Who's going to win the league, says Boza. Well, I predicted Man City. Nunez ain't it, is he? Bloody hell. He's having a stinker. Salah played him in. I don't know what he's done there, but... yeah, Darwin Nunez there. It's not great. Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ollie and Ten Hag. You can only build a broken thing so many times until you need to start anew instead of repairing, says Geraldo. Yeah, I'd say Nunez has had 2 or 3 chances in this game and he's not looked comfortable on any of them. Long way to go. One thing about Nunez and Haaland is, I think I said this after the Community Shield, they may well miss chances, but Nunez is a chance magnet as well. Can I have a sip of that drink, says Ryan. Oh yeah, that's going to work. That's what I mean. Yeah, great point by Randy. He will eventually score. He's a chance magnet. Never write off Ten Hag even now. He's relentless, says Sam. I think Jesus will snatch the golden boot this year. I think Haaland and Nunez will need this season to adapt, says MI. Still laughing at the iceberg helping the Titanic analogy from earlier, says Glenn. It was very good and it wasn't mine, you know. Darwin Carroll. There are, you know, I don't think he's anything like Andy Carroll, but he does. There is something familiar because of the hair. A New York-based investment firm looking to take over United. Yeah, we spoke about it earlier, Summerjit, and he's going to book. Oh no, he's played off. There was a foul on Zaha there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd get excited about a New York investment fund buying your club. Maybe people don't understand what an investment fund is. An investment fund is people with money that want to put money into something to get that money back with a profit. So if I invested in a business, if I had £100,000 to invest in a startup business, I'm not giving them £100,000. I'm expecting 150 or 200,000 or 300,000 pounds back. That's what an investment fund is. So why you get excited about an investment fund buying Manchester United? I'd need to know a lot more, because as I say, an investment fund is investment to get your money back and more. It could be just Glazers Part 2. Do you think United can still get De Jong and Anthony, says Convex? Well, with every passing day, it becomes less likely, but whilst the window is open, you live in hope. 40 minutes to go here. Good tackle there by Phillips. But they've got players over Palace. They've got... Oh, it's a terrible touch by Ayew. Trouble with Ayew is he's capable of doing something great, but he's also a bit shit in the final ball sometimes. Bad pass there, but he'll win it back. Goes all the way back to the keeper. I mean, at the moment, it's quite similar to the first half, but you don't feel Palace are out of this game, and they're winning. Don't think Liverpool are going to go and buy anyone else, Matteo, are they? I think you should have bought a midfielder, but maybe all the money's gone on Nunez. Who's winning the Champions League this year, says Greg. I've gone with Bayern. I've gone for a little bit. I've gone out of the box. I'll probably get it completely wrong. Look from Belgium, says Zape. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. It's always nice to know. I still fancy Liverpool to come back and win this. It would be stunning for Palace to win this game. It would be even more stunning for Liverpool to have 1 point from Fulham away and Palace at home. Wales, Scotland. Nice ball down the flank to Nunez. Not a bad cross. Comes to Salah. Lots of Palace players in the box. And they break away again with Eze. He's gone for Zaha again. Oh, he's fell over. But he's done well to win it again. Good play, and he slips again. Falls over a lot, Zaha. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We are on the road to 733,000 and we are only 10 away. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. The pitch is too wet, says Himanshu. That's what, that'll be Klopp's excuse. Still plenty of time here, but Salah is my captain on Fantasy Premier League. Nice ball into Milner. Keeps it in. Salah will pick it up. Whips across. And Diaz tries the spectacular and it goes out for a goal kick. Thoughts on the Sidemen charity match, says Pleb? Fantastic. I think it's great what they do. Mark, you've got the best job in the world, says Alexander. I don't know, I think there's some better jobs. If you're hinting if I'm going to be in the Sidemen charity, not a chance. I've had no emails, no calls, nothing, so I'm not going to be involved. Sadly, I'd like to have been, but no. And I would have to have been told by now because it's in a month and I wouldn't be fit enough. Just looking more into Kuna's stats. Manchester United, rest in peace, as Nicholas Walker. Oh, it's a red. It's a red. Nunez is getting sent off. What an absolute prat. 100%. What a prat. That is 100% a red card. You cannot do that. Absolutely out of the Manchester United game. And Liverpool down to 10 men. This is... If you think United have had a bad start to the season, look at Liverpool. What's happened is he's got into a bit of an altercation with Anderson and he's just gone at him with his head. He's gone like that. So, 100% a red card. Ridiculous reaction. You'd be furious if you're a Liverpool fan or Jurgen Klopp. 1-0 down and petulance like that. There's just no need for it. I mean, he's tried to do it before. Tried to do it with the back of his head. Oh my God! And then did it again. Mate, he needs a ban for that. He needs a big ban for that. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He tried to do it with the back of his head. The ball goes out of play. Anderson goes up to him and then he does it with the front of his head. You can't condone that. You can't condone that. Well, things are looking interesting now. Half an hour to go. Liverpool down to 10 men. Darwin Nunez sent off. He'd missed 2 or 3 half chances before that. He's going to be missing the next 3 games for Liverpool. They've got a bit of an injury crisis anyway. I don't know when Jota's back. They've got no Mane. If you're a Liverpool fan, what are you thinking? Look, we've all seen players we like get sent off. I've seen Rooney get sent off. I've seen Nunez get sent off. Not Nunez, Ronaldo get sent off. But in your first official game at Anfield, behaving like that, he's just basically, talk about red cards. He's just put a big red flag above his head that you can wind him up as well. Every other Premier League centre-back from now on is going to give him a little bit of a nudge. Going to give him a bit of a push. Lots of people happy in the chat. Potentially gives United a chance. Diaz! Oh my God, what a goal. What a goal by Diaz though. 10 men Liverpool. That is a fantastic hit. What a goal by Diaz out of nothing. That will get the crowd up. Well, Palace have fallen into the trap of playing against 10 men. He's running all the way across the front, the penalty box, and then smacks it in. What a shot! I mean, you don't miss Mane when you've got a player like Diaz, but they do miss a number 9. He's been sent off, but that is an absolute amazing hit from Diaz, and it's 1-1. He won't be able to play against Liverpool, no. He won't be able to play against Man United, Gemma. Nunez. What's this thing with Uruguayan strikers being indisciplined and stupid? Suarez, Nunez, Cavani at times was a bit hot-headed, says Mario. Liverpool could go and win this with 10 men now. That'd be embarrassing for Palace. They've got to switch on here, Palace. You've got a great chance against a Liverpool side that hasn't really got... Well, they're going to make some subs here, but... Their options are a bit limited. It was a very, very, very good goal by Diaz. What's got half an hour? A few subs are happening now. AU's coming off. I think that's a good idea. I think AU's hot and cold for me. Sometimes he'll just do something amazing, but so Tsimikas, Henderson and Gomez on. Robertson, Phillips and Milner off. I think Edouard's come on for Palace. It will update those team sheets as they go through. Liverpool for 2001 says, how was that a red card? The ref drew in the game. Yeah, it was a red card, mate. But Liverpool looking more likely to get the winner here. Or, well, I say the winner. Go ahead. Good play by Eze, but good tackle by Fabinho. And it's a foul. It's not a foul. This is a foul. This is a foul. Wayne's in Sydney, Australia. He loves the show. Thanks, Wayne. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. You're all welcome. As you get, oh, I love that. We've not had a red card yet. They disappear when they've got a red card. Diaz has got a goal and a yellow on his shoulders. And as you can see, Henderson and Tsimikas and Gomez have come on because they've got arrows underneath them. So it's all getting updated. It's all going on. Palace, they've changed their player up front. Look, no, Zaha's got a goal on him. And then Edouard on the right-hand side has got an arrow because he's come on for AU. Anderson's got a yellow card. So, yeah, watch the carousel as it goes round because it does update. I don't think, actually, when it comes round again, I don't think he's gone invisible because of the red card. I think it's because he was ghosting as a striker before that. So I don't actually think the red card is disappeared because of that. I just think the ghost effect is because he's been ghosting anyway. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But 25 minutes to go and Liverpool looking good here. They're up for it. The crowd's up for it. I mean, we've seen teams win with 10 men before. Liverpool are trying to get people sent off now. Oh, yeah, he's caught him in the face, but there's nothing deliberate about it. Yeah, look, Nunez has disappeared, but I don't think it's because of the red card. I just think he'd had a very ghosty performance. But no, I'm joking. That's why he's not on the pitch anymore. He's got the red. If Liverpool don't win, I feel sorry for Manchester United, says Helicopter. Yeah, but who are they going to play up front? Who are they going to play up front next week? Liverpool. When's Jota back? Let's go to physio room. I'll tell you Liverpool. Liverpool's injuries at the moment. Thiago... not back till September. Jota could be back next week. Chamberlain, Konate, Matip. No return dates for them at all. Firmino as well. Of course, forgot about Firmino. So Firmino and Jota probably won't be back next week. And there's no way that... It's not like Darwin Núñez can appeal it. Oh, can I appeal it? My head slipped. Good play by Palace here. A bit of first break they've had in ages. Oh, it's not a bad cross. Surely Palace can start carving some chances out here. They have got the superior numbers. Do you think that Ten Hag wants to sell Ronaldo now, according to Duncan Castle, says Arshik? I'd imagine Ronaldo's just keeps saying, I want to leave, I want to leave, I want to leave. Like, I don't see why he'd change his mind. They've not bought any players, have they? The difference between Man United going behind and Liverpool is staggering. There's just no desire or fight from United, says Ike. Exactly. Very good observation. Very good observation. Núñez headbutted Anderson and was quite rightly sent off. There's absolutely no doubt about that. My FPL's been shit. If Palace play not to lose, they will do, says Timothy Gillespie. Yes, Palace need to try and win this game. Lovely play by Eze there. And again, Fabinho tracks him. I know the season's just started, but who do you think is the best Premier League player at the moment, says Zape. I've got to be honest, I haven't really watched Man City yet. I didn't watch Man City play against West Ham and I didn't watch them play against Bournemouth, so it's a bit unfair. I've pretty much seen everybody else, even if it's highlights, but I haven't really watched Man City. So, I mean, I'd like to give it to an Arsenal player. I'd like to say Jesus, but it'd be a bit unfair. Ask me after game week 3. Because I don't really think the league table starts to take shape until 3 games have been played anyway. See, a lot of people are saying De Bruyne, but I haven't watched Man City play yet, so... ...20 minutes to go. Someone said Harry Maguire. Yeah, he's been the standout player. Legendary. I'll tell you what I was going to do. I just wanted to check the weather. Apologies, but... Here we go. Trent. Oh my God, what was that? It were neither a shot or a cross. It was a shit. Yeah, temperatures are dropping over the next few days. Although, 22, 20... I want it cold at night. It's so humid. I don't know what it's like for you. It's bloody humid, man. 20 minutes to go. Which way are we going? I still think Liverpool will find a way of winning this. And what a way to win it from 1-0 down with 10 men. But Palace, as somebody said there, Palace seem to be... They haven't adjusted the way they're playing, even though they've got the extra man. They're still trying to play on the break. They've not changed their game plan. And I wonder whether Vieira should have done that. Whether he should have said, look, we've got the extra man. Lovely ball over the top. I tell you who looks like being the match winner, Diaz as well. He's been fantastic. Do you think Haaland would do well at Manchester City? Says Fame. Do you think that Haaland would do well at Man City? Slow Sports News. I feel like I'm going to give you a really big excitement here that he already plays for him, mate. It's been a long day for me, real shame. I am tired today, but my phone never stops as well. I like to watch a watch-along and just interact a lot more, and I apologise for it, but my phone never stops. There's so much stuff going on. I'm looking forward to the transfer window closing, although if it closed like this with United, we'd probably get relegated. But I do look forward to September the 2nd when I don't have to, you still get transfer news, but it's not obsessively. Breaking news, Nunez sent off from coughing due to asthma and head slips into Anderson, says Stephen Lilly. Do you think Pogba would have played well in a Ten Hag system, says Celtic Mindset? No. Definitely not. I am still considering a podcast, Luke. I think all good things come to those who wait, and I'm formulating ideas at the moment. I don't know whether to do a lifestyle one or a pod or a football one, or maybe do both. So I'm sort of having a look around at the moment. I've read a lot of your comments on the video that I asked as well, which was very helpful. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I am tired. I only had about 5 hours sleep last night. Seb's not been very well. He's had like a temperature and stuff, so I was up in the night a lot getting him drinks and stuff. I'll tell you what though, just thinking about this, Liverpool 1-0 down, 10 men, a draw's not a bad result, but in the bigger context of things, Liverpool fans will know 2 points from 6 is not good. And there's a break on here. Oh, that's very good defensive play there. And it's Diaz again. Oh, he's man of the match. He's man of the match. He's been fantastic. Do you think Ronaldo will leave this summer, and do you think Ronaldo will play against Liverpool? I think if he's leaving, he probably won't play Arshik because it's a week away, isn't it? And a lot can happen in a week. How far do you think Man United will go in the Europa League, says Milan? I don't even think about... I mean, it's a good question. I don't even think about the Europa League at the moment. I still think there's a goal for Palace on the break, but there's also a goal for Liverpool on the attack. Hello, it's Michael Owen. I feel Palace are just patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to break. And if look, I think Liverpool are doing a good job here, because when you've got 10 men and you're trying to attack, you've got to commit people forward, and by doing that, you do leave the door open at the back. I think that Luis Diaz has been fantastic for Liverpool. And it's interesting because you say Liverpool miss Mane, but he plays where Mane plays and he's been brilliant. I think what Liverpool miss is probably Jota, because Nunez has let you down. It'll be at least a 3-match ban for Nunez. He probably will only get 3, but realistically, it was a bad it was a, you know, he literally did try to headbutt him, so he could get longer. Probably won't. Would you sell Rashford instead of Garner for funds? I would, Dean, but United won't. Palace are on the attack here. Cross comes in. Zaha! Aha! What a miss. Why do professional footballers do that? Why has he gone with his right foot instead of his left? It's a lovely cross to the back post. He's onside and he's gone with his right foot. Fucking go with your left. I don't understand why a professional footballer, it's coming across to him that side and he stretches with the outside of his right foot. Go with your left. 3 subs for Palace. Hughes is coming on. He's not the only one to do that. I've seen plenty of professional footballers. The cross comes to them on the wrong side and they go with their stronger foot, but if you're a professional footballer, it's a tap-in on your left. Just saw the Atletico Madrid game. Felix played so well and had 3 assists. United need players like him who know how to pass and create, says Dennis. Yeah, Zaha should score that. And James says, Ballon d'Or winner this year. Big up my Mrs. Ria. I think I've sort of been done a bit there, but that Ria isn't a woman's name as well, so it could be genuine, and he spelt it that way. Richards, Milovic and Hughes have come on. Vlahovic, another Rangnick recommendation for United, scored twice for Juventus tonight. We missed out on a proper player there, says Steph. I mean, we missed out letting Rangnick go, didn't we? Views on the potential Kuna deal from Atletico. I think we're doing a video on United Stand at 10 o'clock, Dale, so get ready for that. But my initial view is I'd never consider buying him, and I think he's a very average signing. And he sounds like a very expensive average signing because we're being quoted 50 million euros. And on top of that, he feels like he's a very expensive desperation average signing as well. Are United watch-alongs in danger? Surely your eyes cannot take much more, says D Goddard. I must admit, I'm not bothered that we're not playing for another week, if I'm being honest. The only problem with that is then we play Monday, Saturday, Thursday. Got 3 games in a week and a half. You never know though. We might score a goal. We haven't scored a proper goal this season yet. Here we go. He says play on. Zaha, Salah. Still Salah. Gets it wide. I still fancy Liverpool to win this. No, his girlfriend's name, James' girlfriend's name is Rhiannon. Ria. There you go. Thank you very much, James, for the clarity. Still 10 minutes to go here. It's a good ball out wide. It's a 2v2 for Palace. Edouard, Zaha, terrible again. If Zaha could finish, this game would be over. Liverpool are vulnerable, but they're trying to win. I mean, at the end of the day, credit to Liverpool. They're trying to win this game, but they could leave the door open for a defeat. Do you just take the point? I don't think you can. I don't think you can just accept a point, can you? It leaves you with 2 from 6. You've got to try and win it. Never take the point, says Sean. No, it was the Sir Alex way. You don't take the point, you go for it. And like Peter says, a draw is a defeat for City, isn't it? So you've got to try and get the win. Your Ronaldo bias is sickening, says... Yeah, I'm not reading your name either, so bye. Palace, I would love the point, says Fennec, yes. Kaz says, can you say hi to my missus's Ria? I might have done in the past, mate. I don't know. Leave Mark alone. Ronaldo bias. You have no clues. It's Christine. And just seen Brentford's TikTok with your voiceover. Yeah, if you've not been on Brentford's TikTok, one of them, they've put my voice over the top, but they've made it very high pitch. I've not watched any of them back. I've not watched any of those back. Any of my reactions to any of them Brentford goals, I've refused to look at any clip about it. I can't. Sometimes I do, but I just can't with them. I don't think I've ever felt this low about United, to be honest. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. Everyone's welcome. We've done a watch along every day this weekend. We did Everton Villa on Saturday, Chelsea Spurs yesterday, and obviously this one tonight. So thanks everyone who's getting involved. Our next one's going to be Spurs Wolves on Saturday lunchtime. I'm probably going to do the 3 o'clock kickoffs because I think Everton Forest is a really interesting game. I think if Forest get a win at Goodison Park, that could be the end of Lampard, really. And what else? Sunday I'm going to do Newcastle against Man City because I think that could be a game that Man City might potentially drop points. Maybe a good game, that one. Would Felix and Anthony help United in your opinion? Well, we're not going to get Felix, Sappy, but I would love João Felix at Manchester United. He's fantastic, yeah. Do I want Liverpool to win, Daniel? No, of course I bloody don't. Jack says, thoughts on Ten Hag making them run 13k on a day off? I'd make them run 100. In fact, I'd make them jog off. I'd say, there's the door, jog on. When do you want us back? Never. Would you get Icardi instead of Kuna? Not really, Rudy. I don't want any of them. They're just all pure desperation. 5 minutes to go here. Do you think we're going to get a winner? To be honest, I'd be very happy if it was a draw. That means if United beat Liverpool, we're above them. Imagine that. Imagine this is a draw and then United beat Liverpool. We'd have 3 points, they'd have 2. We've had a terrible start to the season, but Liverpool would have had a worse one. It's not going to happen, by the way. I cannot see... but then again, Liverpool are not playing particularly well. Liverpool got a lot of injuries. They've got a lot of injuries, and I don't know whether they get any of their players back for next Monday. But Thiago, Firmino, Jota, Matip, Konate. There's more than that. I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I don't know. Nunez will have a red card still. Thoughts on Notts County, says CJ. I'd like to see Notts County get back into the league. I mean, they've got... Notts County have got a big... Notts County are not even in the Football League. They're in the National League. So, in the UK, it goes Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2. Salah just wide. Notts County are in the next league down. They've got a bigger capacity than Bournemouth. There are teams in the in the English non-league who've got a bigger capacity than Bournemouth, who play in the Premier League. 11,500. Seeing Liverpool play today, you think United have a chance? There's always a chance, TT. There's always a chance. I don't feel like Liverpool have played that well today. Now, Navigator's on the bench, but they haven't used him for some reason. They do look off. Liverpool don't look right, but it is early days. Early days, isn't it? It's early starts to the season. Curtis Jones and Oxlade-Chamberlain injured as well, yeah. certainly think that Palace could have got a better result than this. That's Wilfried Zaha chance was very really the match winner. I didn't say nearly, I said really it was the match winner. He just got it wrong. I said it before, I think Liverpool need another midfielder, and I don't know why they haven't gone for like Yuri Tillemans. I think he'd do a good job for them. Andy McManus says, there's nothing worse than a wounded animal though, Mark, and I'm really scared now. I gave you a Scottish accent, Andy, because McManus sounds like a good Scottish name. Aye, Mark, there's nothing worse than a wounded animal, I'm telling you. I'm scared now of Liverpool coming down to Manchester with a ball of scotch and a haggis and taking 3 points from Manchester with shit Maguire at the back and McTominay, Scooby-Doo, he's not Scottish. He don't speak like me. He's not got no Scottish accent like me. Not like Alan McManus. 2 minutes to go. We got a Fabrizio Romano tweet. What's he saying? Fabrizio says, Manchester United are direct talks with Kuna's agents, as with many others in the last few days. No agreement reached with Atletico Madrid as things stand. They want 50 million. What a ridiculous fee, though. That is crazy. $42 million is what we would play for Kuna. We're into stoppage time and there's 5 minutes. At this point, are we even going to sign Rabiot, Mark? Oh, don't worry, we'll get Rabiot. People don't want us to sign Rabiot, so it'll definitely happen. Liverpool are most likely waiting until next summer to get Bellingham, says Lan. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I disagree with that. For one, I don't think Liverpool would necessarily get Bellingham because I think it would be a very competitive race. And you'll probably be competing with Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Bayern Munich and Man City. So there's no guarantee Liverpool will get him. And also, what team writes a season off waiting for a midfielder next summer? I mean, it's the sort of shit United do. Rap singer, chain blinger, bum 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 bum. I don't know the rest of the words. Imagine if that's what he did. Rap singer, chain blinger, bada bum bum. Right, 3 minutes to go. I think this is going to end in a draw now. Palace seem to be quite happy with it. Liverpool won't be happy with it, but they'll take it. Interesting. Still 2 minutes to go here. Please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Liverpool have definitely not scored because it's a corner for Crystal Palace. So, yeah. Corner to Palace. Oh, what a miss. What a miss by Anderson. He might have been offside anyway. The cross comes in. It gets nodded down to him on the back post. He sticks his foot out. I say what a miss. It was very difficult to control. And he ends up putting it over the bar. But Liverpool trying to get a winner here with a minute to go. Henderson. It's going to come to Trent. Can he get a bit on it? Can he get a bit of purchase on this? Tries to put it in with his left. Palace head it away. 50 seconds. It's back on the halfway line though with Liverpool. Oh, he's all right. I don't know what the ref's doing here. Is that referee? He used to have hair, that ref, didn't he? He's gone like really short and he's trying to look hard. You're hard. Match stats have disappeared. They've had enough as well. They've been sent off. Another long ball. I think Liverpool are going to end this game on the attack. Ref looks like Iniesta. I like it. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. 27,000. Thanks everyone who's tuned in today. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. Everyone's welcome on That's Football. And you know what? It's not gone the way I thought. I mean, terrible fantasy Premier League for me. I've got Salah as my captain, so absolutely terrible for me. It's over already. I might have to wildcard it, but yeah, absolute shite. But it's a crap result for Liverpool. 1-1, 2 points from 6 against Fulham and Palace. That's not a good start. They go to Old Trafford a week tonight. It's the battle of the crap starts, isn't it? United have got 0 points from 6 against Brighton and Brentford. Liverpool slightly better with 2 points from Fulham and Palace. Whoever loses that game, you really are shit. The referee, is he going to blow? He's added a minute on. He's going to blow. He gives a good old blow and it finishes 1-1 between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. I think Vieira will be quite happy with that. In the context of Crystal Palace, let's not be over the top. It's only words, but Crystal Palace will go to a home game this week. I don't know why I'm putting that here. Crystal Palace will play Villa at home on Saturday. And if they can follow that up with a win, 4 points from 9, it's not a terrible start for Palace. Interesting game that at 3 o'clock on Saturday, actually. Liverpool, though, a week tonight, go to Old Trafford with 2 points from 6 points possible. Nunez let them down tonight. That'll be the story. Darwin Nunez, ridiculous red card. Absolutely stupid. Very interested to see how he gets received later by Liverpool fans because he's going to miss your next 3 games. It was a complete and utter moment of madness, and it's got to put a big question mark over Darwin Nunez now because defenders, I mean, Anderson didn't even do that much to him, and he's reacted like that on the big stage for Liverpool after a big move. You just can't do it. I think Kuna hold-up play is better than Ronaldo. Wingers will score more goals. Love from Morocco. Kuna is the perfect signing for Ten Hag, says Noir. They're interesting insight. Talking about that, make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to push you across to the United stand because we're live in the next couple of minutes talking about Manchester United's proposed bid for Kuna from Atletico Madrid. We've got all the detail on him, who he is, the value of the deal, whether it's going to happen, how quick it could happen. We're going to be talking about it on the United stand and we're going to be live in about 2 or 3 minutes' time. So we'll see you over there. Speak to you in a minute.